welcome to Driven, the podcast by Big Brand Tire and Service. We're here today with Hailie Deegan, professional race car driver. I'm your host, Bailey, and thanks for being here, Hailie.
Yeah, thank you for having me. Excited to be out here.
Yeah, we've been trying to track her down. She's constantly on the move.
Race season is a little bit hard, definitely for sure. Racing every single weekend. So now it's the off season. Got way more time on my hands, so figured I'd stop in.
Nice. And your off season is going to be, you were just telling me, on your ranch where you just get to have fun and live the dream, right?
Yeah, I get to be home a lot during the off season, which is so nice being on the road throughout the whole year to have some time at home. And so I got some tracks at my house. It's like a ranch minus animals. And so we got some race tracks out there, got a pavement track, dirt tracks, pit bike track, anything you can pretty much think of we have at our house.
It's just like a dreamland.
Yes, it is.
A racing girl.
Exactly. Very, very distinct market that would be buying that house.
And do people,
sure.
Was it already like that?
No,
okay.
We did
You weren't
everything.
thinking about the resale value.
No, not at all.
You're going to probably keep it forever. Maybe.
I love it so much.
That's awesome. Congrats on being engaged.
Thank you.
That's so cool. So we start the podcast usually by asking our guests, what would they say the mechanics to their success is? Like, do you have any advice of what has driven you and gotten you to where you are today?
Yeah, so like kind of my start in racing was very family based. I'd say my family had a lot to do with it. My dad was professional racer, raced everything from dirt bikes to motocross, supercross, X Games, rally cars, off-road trucks, anything you pretty much name he's driven before besides like drag racing. But he kind of really pushed me into the racing side of things, and I took a lot of interest into it. And so he definitely helped me out in the beginning, and anything that I really wanted to do, he supported it, which was nice. And so that really kind of sparked my interest in racing. But the success side, I'd say I've watched a lot of what my family's done and has built from nothing, and like kind of want to live up to it and try to be as successful as I can and just try to do everything I can to possibly get there.
And that's a good point. It's like you have to show the interest in it, because you can have a parent that is a rock star or whatever, but if you don't want that, or if you're not good at it, you don't have the talent. It's a lot of things that go into it. Does that ever is it an issue that your family does that, where they kind of think, oh, Hailie's just doing this because her dad did it?
I would say not really, because my parents didn't really get me into racing. It was more so me wanting to do it and like seeing other kids my age do it. I'm like, well, if they're doing it, I want to do it. Like, I'm already going to the races type of deal when I was like 8 years old. And so I definitely was the one who pushed the interest in it. And I think my dad didn't expect me to be into racing because I was so girly growing up. Like hair bows, princess crowns, all pink, everything. Like my room, I remember my bed frame was pink, walls were pink, chandelier was pink, just like very above and beyond girly. And so I think my dad was kind of shocked when I took such an interest into racing. And they supported me all the way, though.
I love that. I love that you're both. That's really cool.
Very much so.
And also, it's super scary and dangerous, right? So it's not something that people could just say is easy to do.
No, racing's super hard, and there's so many different pieces to the puzzle that go into it, from the mechanics of the car, from who's working on your car, to the mindset, the physical side of things on the IndyCar side. Like that itself is so hard. And I think there's just so many pieces that people forget to see and neglect to see it a little bit, because it's a whole picture and there's a lot that goes in behind it. But I'd say from every other side, it is cool. It's such a cool thing to be a part of.
Yeah, so fun. And can you do it for, I don't know, a really long time? Or is there kind of a cutoff age?
Yeah, so in racing and car racing, it's not, so I look at it in the aspect of compared to motocross and dirt bikes, because that's what my family started out with. And so my base is kind of what off my dad did, and that's way more dangerous than car racing. 100 times. It's probably one of the most dangerous sports out there. So many injuries, and that's what my little brother does. And so I think after seeing that, car racing's so safe to me in my eyes compared
to that.
You're
protected?
Yeah. I get way more scared for my little brother than I do for my racing ever. I think more than I ever have. And so I think because of the injuries on that side, I've just gotten used to it. And so it's not that bad from that side. But I don't know. It hasn't really affected me a whole lot on that side.
Good. I hope it stays that way.
Yeah.
That's a good segue into my next kind of thing that we always ask is, what have been any pitfalls or roadblocks that you've experienced, if any?
Yeah, I think in racing, there's a lot of little roadblocks. I'd say there's never really a major one that's a slap in the face style, but I would say when it comes to roadblocks, there's so many little things that like people don't see that like you're trying to overcome. It could be whatever. It could be a mechanics of a car. It could be things you're just trying to physically get stronger at. Like on the IndyCar side, the strength side is huge in open wheel racing, and so that wasn't something that was big for me on the NASCAR side. So like that was something I was trying to overcome. And then you have people who have way more experience than you, and then you're trying to play catch up. And so it's just like certain things that people don't see. But I think in everyone's racing, everyone can name something that, oh yeah, this was a struggle. I don't think it's ever been perfect for anybody.
Yeah, that's life.
It is.
Everyone faces adversity.
Yep.
What was your first car?
So my first car, this was back when I was sponsored by Toyota. It was a Toyota Tacoma. So, but my dream car though, like what I wanted, my parents told me they're like, oh, if you get straight A's like till you're 16, we'll get you a Ford Raptor.
Ooh.
Never got me a Ford Raptor. So I've always been really big into trucks. Like to this day, I drive an F-250, and so love trucks, love Raptors. I've always loved Raptors, but my first one was a Toyota Tacoma, and I used to send that thing over jumps, like
Oh my
like
gosh.
massive. Like it got to the point where like the bed of the truck was almost separating because I like had jumped it so many times on our tracks that we had growing up in California. So
My daughter wants a Tundra, and if I ever saw her jumping anything in it, I would
oh
have a
yeah,
heart attack.
oh yeah. No, my dad was the one recording.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
I'm like so scared for her to drive.
Okay, and I definitely see now looking at it, since I do have like little brothers, that now the middle one is able to drive and everything, and seeing him drive, it makes me nervous. I'm like, you shouldn't be able to drive yet. And then now my littlest brother, like he's gonna be getting his permit soon. I'm like, you are completely unqualified to drive. Like I've seen you guys at the go-kart track. Like yes, you maybe will ride a dirt bike, but like you guys are horrible at this side. And I think it's just because I have a high standard of like car racing and driving.
Right.
That I don't know. It's different. But also me on a dirt bike, I suck. So
are you the oldest?
yes, I am. I'm the
Okay,
oldest.
so you're like the mama bear.
Yes, for sure. Keep track of everybody. Keep everybody in line.
Okay, I have some other questions for you. So you've moved from off-road racing to stock cars and now to open wheel in the Indy Next Series. What's been the most challenging part of each transition, and how do you adapt so quickly to different racing formats?
Yeah, I think in certain forms of racing, some have come easier than others. I'd say when I made the transition from the off-road racing side of things to the stock car side of things, it was a little bit easier because in off-road racing, it was so much of driving way over your head, 110% all times, where like stock car racing, it was almost like do less to do more. Like back up your corners a little bit. My biggest issue is I would overdrive the corner, which is like I feel like easier to pull someone back than to push them forward. And so I feel like I adapted to the stock car side of things a little bit quicker than I have on the Indy side, just because now I'm back at now you're back at 120% at all times, driving super hard. And so now it's like making that transition again.
And what's your favorite?
Oh, my favorite? I love dirt racing. I mean, if there was a career for me in dirt racing, I think I would probably do that. But also, like, there's certain things, like I love stock car racing, mile and a half racing. Like, that was my favorite on the stock car side. When we go to mile and a half tracks, I loved it.
And do you have that at your ranch?
No, I don't. Not that, unfortunately. I got like a little go-kart track in the backyard. It's like a little pavement oval. It's not little. It's a pretty big pavement oval. I have it kind of hidden behind the house, so you can't see it from the road. But I also have a off-road track at the house, and I drive a lot of UTVs, like Can-Am UTVs, and we do that a lot in the front. And then the Can-Am track, I call it the Can-Am track. It's in the front yard, and so that's my off-road track that I get to like drive around and have fun on.
Is it just like in the middle of nowhere?
Kinda, not that middle of nowhere. Yeah. Like
Okay.
I got lucky because like the county I'm in is kind of very, very country, like very backwoods country, but also I'm at the airport in 25 minutes.
Oh, nice.
So it's not that far.
And the rest of your family is there? Or
No, they're all in Florida. So
okay.
my littlest brother, or my middle brother, Hayden, he had to move to Florida because he races with Star Yamaha on the moto side of things. Well, when he moved down there, he was like 17 and not able to live on his own yet. So my parents moved down there with him.
Okay.
Because he's still really young.
Yeah. And they just love it. I love Florida too.
Yeah, I love Florida. I would
Yes.
move there in a heartbeat.
Me too. So you've been a total trailblazer as a female driver in so many male-dominated racing series. How do you see the landscape changing for women in motorsports? And what advice do you have for young girls who want to follow in your footsteps?
Yeah, I mean, when it comes to like women in racing, there's not many at all. And I think because there is so many pieces to the puzzle, like so many things you have to understand that like a lot of people don't get their daughters into at a young age just because it's rare. It's
Yep.
super, super rare. And so I think the amount of parents that actually push their daughters to do that or support it if they show interest in it are slim. And so obviously I'm fortunate that my family supported me in the beginning with my racing when I took interest into it. But I think it's hard because there's so much that goes into it. The physical side of things, the overcoming, gaining everyone's respect, showing people you're serious about it, and having the speed to do it, enough practice time, the financial side of things, the being well spoken so you can get sponsors and stuff like that. So it's very another so many pieces to the puzzle. But for girls, I'd say just showing interest and like parents supporting it. I've seen so many girls and parents come up to me and be like, oh, my daughter wants to race. What do I do? Because they have no clue at all, but they've watched my social media and my racing, and I've inspired them to get into it, but the parents have no clue where to start. So I
Right.
try to do my best and give the best advice that I can. But obviously it's a big financial side on the parents getting started in racing. So that
Okay.
side
They
is
have to be
hard too.
super supportive.
Yes.
I like the point about being well-rounded because in a lot of fields, especially for women,
Yeah.
because they're going to say, "Oh, Haley's just cute and her family," and it's like, no, you have to do.
Thank
There's
you.
so much involved, and yeah, that's super inspiring. Who inspires you? Are there any female racers that?
I mean, I wouldn't say inspiration wise. Obviously, Danica had a lot of. I look at her. She's been the most successful
Yes,
women in racing, hands down.
yes.
I'd say of all time. She's the most well known one, the only one that in my eyes has made it. And like everyone, I don't know. I see a lot of negativity that comes with her, which it kind of cracks me up because I'm like, you know what she's doing? She's living in Northern California, driving around her Lambo SUV with her wine,
Yeah.
and it doesn't care at all what you guys think, and living her most successful life. While like most people are chilling in their mom's basement still at like 45. And so I say from that side, I'm like, who are you guys to say?
Totally.
And so I think seeing that she's completely just turned off what everyone says, I think that's cool. But she's obviously seeing that a girl has done it before helps a lot because when you're doing something, trying to do something that no one else has done, that's even harder. So I'd say from her side, that is cool to see. But I'd say around me and kind of the circle that I have, not much inspiration. I kind of just try to do my own thing.
Yeah, I love that. Is she retired?
She retired like a year before I started getting into stock car racing. So like our paths never really crossed a whole lot.
Okay. But that's cool because it's kind of like you're in line to be the next
Hopefully.
superstar female, the next Danica Patrick.
Hopefully. That's
love
my
it.
dream.
So looking ahead, what are some of your ultimate career goals in racing? Do you see yourself aiming for the IndyCar series or perhaps even a return to NASCAR at the Cup level?
Yeah, I mean, I think when it comes to opportunities, whatever kind of falls in front of me, I'll pretty much take when it comes to that side. I know racing is so big on the financial side, having sponsors and backing, which is half the battle. So I do a lot of work on that side, setting up meetings, Zoom calls, reaching out to people, different ways on the marketing side that help with the racing side so I can get to the racetrack. So they go hand in hand for sure. But I would really, it just depends where the opportunities are, which is still pretty early right now, being September, to decide what to do for 2026. So kind of weighing out all the options at the moment.
That's so exciting.
Thank you.
I look forward to seeing what you do.
Me too. Me too.
I love that. Is there anything else that you want to share that you got going on or anything about like sponsorships that
I don't know. There's always so much
Yeah.
going on. I feel like so much in my life. Like there's so many different aspects. Like the social media side is a full-time job. I feel like I have 4 full-time jobs.
Yeah, because you're an influencer too, really.
Yeah, and then I do the whole social media side. You got the merchandise side, and then you have like also being your own like manager and marketing, and so being able to like pitch yourself to people, and then the racing side, and then you got to do the training for the racing, and so it's a lot that goes into it. I feel like there's just multiple full-time jobs put on my shoulders.
Well, I think you have everything that it takes.
Thank you.
And best of luck.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yes. Check out our other episodes on YouTube and Spotify, and thanks for watching.